back to Talking EdTech. I'm Jesse Roberts. I'm joined today with Jason Hicks, Daniel Vanover, Kevin Marcus, and our special guest, Heather Askea. Heather, kick us off and tell us a little bit more about what you do and about the CTE out UVA-wise.
Well, the Center for Teaching Excellence is a division of UVA-wise. I am actually the Instructional Technology Coordinator there. I carry a lot of hats with that title, and one of the things that I love to do is plan professional development events. We do online courses, a number of workshops, face-to-face things, just all sorts of things in the region. But one of my favorite things that we do is some conferences. One that's near and dear to me is the Tech Splash Conference in July.
Well, Heather, what are some of the new offerings at CTE that you were all excited about this year?
Well, we do have conferences coming up. I have one, actually, we have the Early Childhood Conference coming up on April the 1st. This year we're really excited because it's going to feature Franklin book author Patty Bourgeois. And so that's going to be a wonderful day for our early childhood teachers to come out, learn from the authors, get to meet and greet. We also do have sessions going on throughout the day. Some wonderful, wonderful things happening there. We also have CTE Summer coming up. It's really exciting. Again, we've already opened summer registration because we've had so many good calls of teachers looking for professional development for the summer. So we do have 2 summer sessions coming up on. The first one, Summer 1, will be May the 8th through June 19th. And then we also have Summer 2 that's going to start June 19th and run through July 28th. And those days we have online professional development available, and we also have some face-to-face things. CTE has 2 different types of things in the summer that goes on. We have the online courses, again, that run the summer dates. But we also have 4-day institutes that actually cover, we're actually going to have mathematics that will come up at UVA-wise June the 19th through the 22nd. We have a coaching clinic on student liability from the classroom to the field. That's going to cover things like safety, training, things about diseases and how to prevent the communicable diseases when you're dealing with sports teams and physical education. That's going to be at Abingdon, June 19th and 22nd as well. We have Mathematics 2, which is a follow-up to the original Mathematics series, which we had such good response from it that everyone wanted to have another week. So we'll have a follow-up to that at UVA-wise on June 26th through the 29th. Then I will finish up our summer institutes in July with another mathematics at the Higher Ed Center on July the 10th through the 13th, and then I'll do a Chromebooks class at the Higher Ed, at UVA-wise this summer. I moved it to UVA-wise July 24th through the 27th. Again, we have Tech Splash going on July 17th. That's going to be a fun day. We have Google innovator Tom Mullaney will be with us. We have presentations from these guys, and we have lots of presentations from teachers all across the state, actually. We actually have presenters that are coming from as far away as Virginia Beach and Northern Virginia, and we have a couple out-of-state presenters as well who are going to bring their expertise to the day. We're really going to have a spotlight sessions for special ed teachers. That's going to be headed up by assistive technology guru Chris Bugay out of Loudoun County. We'll have leadership sessions. We will have some early childhood events there as well. We are so excited about all the hands-on learning. We're going to have a digital playground, and there'll be lots of sessions. There'll be small poster sessions that'll go on during the day there.
Shorts and tie-dye for
sure,
right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
no stuffy attire for this one. You're going to wear your shorts or your tie-dye. You can even wear your flip-flops if you want. This one, we're doing the camp thing this year, so everybody come ready for camp. And it's a fun day. I think you guys can attest to that it's a fun day of learning and learning together. So that's one of the things. One more thing I'm excited about is we're actually getting ready to launch what we call POP PD, which is going to be a series of workshops for us that are going to be short online workshops. Right now they're worth 5 recertification points because they're 5 hours, which is one of the options for recertification. And they're on a variety of topics. We'll have one on Title IX training for those who are responsible for Title IX. We're going to have some things on just some technology topics, Google obviously, but there'll be some things about place-based learning, just a variety of topics that'll be launched. Now those our expected launch date is June 1st on those. But we may have some that will be launched later. We'll be adding, and we'll always be adding to that.
Just talking about the PD there. Tell us a little bit about the workshops, about what kind of credit the summer institute you're talking about.
Oh.
What did the teachers receive if they choose to do these?
Excellent, excellent. Yes. When teachers do the 4-day intensive workshops, they are all day, so we do count those as a 3 credit hour course. So you're going to come out of it with 4 days of work, some online follow-up. That's going to be worth 90 recertification points. So that's a really nice way if you want to get those recertification points out of the way in the summer. It's a nice way to do it. Our online courses, if you maybe you have some traveling going on and you want to travel during the summer, or maybe your kids are home and you can't take 4 days off to go to take a class, you can take our online classes, and those are going to be worth 90 recertification points as well.
I've taken a few of the classes. I'm actually taking one of the classes right now, and those online classes are amazing. And I'm sitting in my bed at night doing the work, and it's not really that like time intensive and hard to do. It's really fun sometimes. So
we aim that CTE classes are designed with working teachers in mind. They really are. The average CTE instructor, if you look at our instructors, are either current teachers in K-12 schools or administrators in K-12 schools, or they are recently retired or are just recently added to college faculty. So they understand the time constraints. Now, again, anytime you take a 3-hour class, you're going to expect to spend about 45 college hours, which is about 36 and a half hours actual clock time. So you divide that up. We try to divide that up over 12 weeks in the fall and the spring because we know that's the busiest time for most teachers. In the summer, those are condensed down to 6 weeks. So you divide that work over 6 weeks, but it's still manageable. And everything we do at CTE is designed to be applicable to your current job assignment, so that you can take things like in the classes that I teach, for instance. Every assignment each week is designed for you to create something to use with your students, and then report back on your progress and get feedback from your peers. And a lot of our classes do that, where you're actually creating things and really, using them right when you're learning about them. And that's we always find that works the best for you to kind of internalize that learning and be able to use them effectively.
So you mentioned a lot of the Google stuff that's going on at CTE with a lot of the training that you guys are doing. A lot of TechSplash is always full of Google stuff. How has CTE seen G Suite making a huge change, or any change really? What kind of change have you seen it make in education as you all are working with teachers?
It's amazing, really. We really started using G Suite in its early days kind of as a workaround initially, but we saw the power that it had to level the playing field. So when you're talking about online learning, especially in Virginia and in other states where we've moved out of state as well, you have a lot of different systems using a lot of different technologies. You have Macs, you have all the different proprietary software that's available. And the problem we would run into consistently was a teacher who was a Windows user or a Microsoft Office user getting assignments turned in another format that was hard to read or couldn't be opened, and it was very difficult. And a lot of times I had to step in and do a workaround converting, and it was just time-consuming and clunky. What G Suite has done has allowed us to have a common language because it works cross-platform no matter what your technology. We can all open that Google Doc and can edit together and collaborate or whatever the assignment is. And it really does levels the playing field.
Inexpensive.
Very inexpensive. So instead of me having to add, another huge, having to tell a student you're going to have to go and purchase a license to Microsoft Office or to whatever for your home use, I can just tell them to go get download the Google Drive. So much nicer.
So what kind of things or what kind of technology needs do you see most teachers when they come to CTE? What are they looking for? What are they needing? And what do you guys offer?
Well, we have a lot of first-time online course takers, and I would think over the last 5 years, I've joked before that I thought maybe we had all of them because we still do have about 30 to 35% first-time online course takers. So a lot of times they're looking for things that they're a little nervous to start off with. about the platform and the online format in general. But then when they get past that, they're looking for things that they can take and use, ready to go technology pieces that they can really sink their teeth into and really apply quickly. So we try to find things, and we try to stress with our teachers to find one thing, find something that you're going to change this year. It may not be in a lot of the classes we offer in Cool Tools, for instance. It's a math-oriented technology course. Over the course of 12 weeks, Deandra's going to show you probably 100 tools. But what she really wants you to do is find one or two things that you can really use and go in and change your teaching. Change that classroom. Make a difference in your classroom. And then when you do that, you're going to make that next choice, and you're going to make that next tool, and you're going to really transform your classroom over the course of time. And that one course may stick with you for many, many semesters after you've taken it. Those are the types of things we really see a lot with teachers.
So, what are your two favorite new technologies that you are seeing right now?
Oh my goodness, I've dreaded this question because when you work in technology, you constantly have resources. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. The one I have to tell you, it's really not earth-shattering, but it's one that has really made a difference, has been the fact that Grammarly now is used cross-platform, and that you can download it into your Chrome browser. It can be downloaded into Firefox. It can actually be downloaded into Microsoft Office now, and I saw a Windows edition just recently, and they're working on that Google Drive edition. Thankfully, that'll be down the pike shortly.
For people out there watching who don't know what Grammarly is, can you explain more about it?
Yes. I know that everyone watching probably has perfect grammar and never types anything incorrectly, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So true.
I think a lot faster than I can type, so a lot of times my first incarnation of a document isn't quite what I want to send out to the world. And what Grammarly does is Grammarly, because it's a browser extension, it actually, is correct, the browser extension? Yeah, okay. Browser extension, it actually will allow you to, it will spell check and grammar check anything you type into a box. So if I'm filling out a form, for instance, where it would be difficult, I would have to copy that, maybe copy and paste that into a Word document or into Grammarly.com. I don't have to do that anymore. The extension will run the check, and you'll see a little green G at the end of the box. When that G is green, you're all good to go. If that little G is red, there's some issue with your grammar or with your spelling. It's fantastic, and it's really saved me. I'm in a doctoral program, and that's one of the first things I did was start working with Grammarly, and it really has transformed my writing, and it's made me more mindful when I'm writing just anything, filling out documents or typing a new paper. It's made me more mindful about grammar and about spelling. So it actually has in turn kind of improved my writing.
Well, on the student side, Grammarly also sends you emails each month to let you know what your most misspelled words are.
Exactly.
And what your most common grammar mistakes are. So over time in the classroom, you do kind of learn, I keep making the same mistakes. It's time for me to learn and fix this.
Yes, and there's actually some, at the Grammarly website, there are actually some tutorials and things that'll actually help you with that. So if there's things that you are consistently missing, then you can go and learn those things yourself. So,
all right, one more.
One more.
Yep.
Goodness. Well, this one is new to me. I'll just tell you, this is new, but the possibilities are kind of really interesting to me. It's called No Lounge. You seen this one?
No.
No Lounge is there's endless a list of whiteboard apps out there. There's an endless list. And I'm always looking for things that are going to be easy collaborating tools for students, so that I don't have to set up a board, I don't have to set up a classroom, I don't have to set up a wiki for them to use. I just want them to be able to go forth and collaborate. So No Lounge is a whiteboard app that actually allows you to, it works with, if you have G Suite, it actually integrates with G Suite, so you can pull from your user pool there, your user data, or you can use any number of social media. So if you just want a quick login, You can do that. You can actually invite people to your board by email. And you're not only going to invite them to your board to be able to write and share a board, there's video components so that I can actually video chat with video or audio chat with the participants on the board. I can share documents. I can share my screen. There's even a feature that allows for a teacher user to be able to poll your people on there. So, and you can poll it in a certain space. So I can ask a question of the whole document, or I can pull a question to the side and then say, what would the answer be if I changed X? And I can get that feedback immediately. So there's lots of cool things there. It actually allows for recording. There's all sorts of things that it incorporates, but I really like the component for being able to question, and then the video, because sometimes we can share board. Like previously, I think Twidlove's one I liked for whiteboards because it was really easy to just pop one up. But with this one, there's a little more accountability, and being able to see someone kind of gives you a little more that collaborative feel, that social presence that students sometimes need. And it would be great for tutorials, student groups, peer groups working together. So it's one I'm kind of excited about.
Well, Heather, we are really, really glad that you came out and did our Talking EdTech with us today. And if you've never checked out the Center for Teaching Excellence, we really recommend that you check it out. We'll throw the link to their website down here right below us. And also, we'll throw Heather's email right down here so you can get in touch with Heather directly. And I'm sure she would be willing to answer any questions that you have through email, or if you need to call out there and ask them anything, or if you just want to take a few classes. I'm sure they've got some classes that will be right up your alley. But again, we are really glad that you came out and were part of this with us. And remember, next week, if you are doing our online professional development, we have online PD next Thursday at 4:30, and it's going to be on Google Drawing. And so, kind of along the lines of that whiteboard app that you've got, we're looking at some of the ways you can use Google Drawing for that same kind of scenarios. So students collaborating on a drawing, you being able to use Google Draw to have that collaboration on a whiteboard. So be sure to check
the possibility of creating some of those technology-enhanced type questions.
Yeah, technology-enhanced questions as well inside of Google Drawing. So that's something we're really excited about is next week's online professional development. So if you are following along with that, or if you've never checked out on our online professional development, we really want you to come in and check those out. They're available starting on next Thursday at 4:30 is when the live stream goes, and then it's available on any of our YouTube channels, so you can check it out on our YouTube channels as well. Thank you again for Heather Askea for coming out to this Talking EdTech, and we will catch you guys later. Have a great week, and we will see you all next time.